Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. What's going on? Welcome to another episode, live episode. Let me specify that. Let me say a live episode of Millionaire M.A.N Cave right here on Relationship Entertainment Television. Y'all know what time it is. It's Tuesday, 8 p.m. right here on RETV where we get it in. This is y'all's actual sneak peek behind the closed doors of a man cave. Even though I just thought about it, Mike.
You ain't never closed doors?
You ain't never behind closed doors. You always outside.
All right. That's what I was gonna say. So, but my other thing is, with my Millionaire Man Cave cup.
Yes, sir.
But is it really closed doors? I mean, it's a man cave. Is it really closed doors, or it's just closed to non-men?
It's there you go. Closed to people who ain't men. That's what we're gonna say. Closed to people who ain't men. So yeah, it's behind the closed doors because usually what happens is men go and they do their thing. Whether it's, sometimes we be hanging out at Black House or whatnot, and, doors closed, or we go out and, whatever the case may be, and women want to know what's going on, what y'all be talking about back there. Y'all be laughing, y'all be joking, y'all be watching the game, y'all be this, that, and the third. What goes on behind the closed doors of a man cave? And so pretty much this is y'all's opportunity to see actually what happens behind those closed doors of a man cave, even though Mike is actually outside right now.
Yes,
and usually has been outside. He's been outside for the past actually three seasons now, Mike?
Yes. As long as we've been doing the cigars and I don't know if we've been doing the cigar segment that long, but as long as I've been smoking, because I don't smoke in the house.
Yeah, got you. So you ain't been okay. So I mean, I guess I can ask you that later. But you ain't been, I guess you ain't been smoking that long, cigars anyway.
No, I actually just started smoking cigars. What year was that? About 3 years ago.
Okay. Got you. I ain't know that. Right.
I think it was just before COVID.
Okay. What made you pick it up?
I was actually in Aruba with Donnell, and he and one of his boys had some cigars, and I tried it and got hooked.
Got you. Okay. I was just curious. I mean, we got the whole segment later. Y'all know what it is.
How long ago was that, Donnell? Aruba.
He looking like
2018. August.
Yeah, I knew it was before COVID.
September 18.
Yeah, I knew it was before COVID. So what's that?
What I missed? What was
4 years? So it's 4 years.
Nah, so we were just generally talking. So we was, going through the whole premise of the show, all that good stuff, letting people know what it is. Let them know. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel, all that stuff. And I was asking Mike how long he been smoking cigars because we were saying we was behind the closed doors, and technically Mike ain't behind the damn closed door other than his gate, because he been out there smoking. And so we were trying to figure out how long Mike been smoking cigars. So he was saying since 2018, I guess, since y'all was in Aruba.
2018.
I feel like John. I ain't get my invite to Aruba. I would have went to Aruba. No, actually, real talk. My wife want to actually go back to Aruba. We went to Aruba one time on a cruise, and so we go places on a cruise. You don't really get the full benefit of or the full full benefit of actually where you actually go your islands. And so that's one of them islands where she's like she want to go back just to enjoy and see how it is, and hopefully party it up, all that good stuff, relax.
It was really nice. I will say that.
I think I'm not a big fan of the British-owned islands.
Okay.
I think they're expensive in a sense, and it's not really worth it. But that's just my opinion.
Not worth it in the sense of what though?
Food. And what I mean by food, like, of course, you have to. If you're not one to like venture out, you know what I mean, to get with the locals and get some authentic food
cuisine.
Right. So like. If you stay at a resort, like you're definitely not going to get
your money's worth.
Yeah.
But I see that's the when we gonna get to all, but we just go ahead and talk about it. So I mean, what's the point of going to an island if you ain't gonna venture? I mean, don't get me wrong, but you can get all inclusive, like anywhere. Like if I'm gonna go to an island, I want to venture off and actually, do whatever the locals do. Like I want to do touristy stuff, but at the same time, I want to do some local stuff at the same time. I want to get my money's worth. I want to enjoy the experience.
Depends on who you're dealing with. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like people who love cruises. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you go to an island, you have the option to get off the boat. Some people may even stay on the boat. You know what I mean? Right. It's the convenience of not having to go too far, not having to really think about doing things. You know what I mean? Like
not knowing where to go and getting got.
exactly.
That
Exactly. I mean, I've been on vacations and I've seen the same couples at the pool every day.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess that's just relaxing to them.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If you want to pay all that money just to sit at the resort, don't get me wrong, it's nice because, like you said, especially if you stay all inclusive, because, like you said, everything is pretty much there for you. But you know, I mean, if you're gonna go that far, my personal opinion, why not into the culture? And because I don't think you get outbounds. I would say for a fact, I know you get the full culture sitting at a resort.
Well,
You don't.
again,
You don't, because I do both.
Listen, depending on some people don't flip the way they can fit in at some of these.
Vibe, like we went to Jamaica back in December, January, and it was bad. It was good. You know, we had a good time. And then we went back in September, Jamaica back in September as well. And we had a nice time, but it's nothing like going. We took time and went off the actual resort, went ate where the locals eat. We went and did some touristy stuff at the same time, you know, stuff like that. And we had a great time. But you know, sitting on, where was it? Oh, the first spot we went to in September. The food on the resort tastes nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing like going like out in the middle of the island and getting like some local. Like it was like, why would you feed us this bull? Like really?
See, I think not to cut you off. Not to cut you off, Ty. For me, it's the, you know, it's the variety that lacks at all inclusives. You know what I mean? Like it's like the same thing you had on Saturday is the same thing you're gonna have on Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly.
True. And I'm one, and I know Mike, you different, but I like my food to be hot, fresh. You know what I mean? Like I want to see some steam coming off my food.
Oh, yeah. You're saying I don't want hot food?
I'm just saying you don't like your food hot.
I was just messing with you. Yeah.
I'm about to say, Mike, you don't like our food? That's crazy, dog. I ain't never heard that.
No, yeah,
give me that lukewarm food from out the back.
Nah, not. I like it hot, but not.
Put it in the freezer for a little bit. Put it in the freezer.
Ever since I got burned by some damn pizza, the roof of my mouth blistered up.
Oh, that's that cheese though. That's the cheese.
Well, see, I let it cool off, and it was the sauce.
Okay.
I let it cool off, and I took the bite, and the sauce hit the roof of my mouth and blistered that bitch.
The sauce hit the roof of Mike's mouth. We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave that.
And blistered it.
Mike looking like I don't find that shit funny at all.
No. Tomato sauce.
Hey, all right, my bad, Mike. Yo, I couldn't do this show without the fellas that sold the screen with me, yo. Let's go ahead and get the intro right quick. Oh my god. Yo, my man Millionaire Mike is in the building. What's going on with you, Mike? What's good? How you feeling tonight?
Well, after that last comment, I don't know how I'm feeling. I might be in my feelings. But no, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm chilling outside, enjoying. The days are lasting longer now. So, you know, at the beginning of the show, it's still light outside. I like that. The weather is great. And yeah, man, I'm chilling.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm mad at the meteorologist and forecast. So my daughter plays soccer, and we supposed to actually go to a soccer game. You know, Charlotte just got a Charlotte football club.
Yeah. This
is their first year. Yeah, first year.
Yep.
So we was actually supposed to go to a game last Saturday. And I initially was like, nah, we're not gonna go because they was calling for thunderstorms. It ain't rain at all. I'll say that on our side of town, it ain't rain at all. And so I was a little upset because we could have went to the game. And the meteorologist was like, yeah, it's supposed to thunderstorm, da 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 da. So I was just a little blown by that. But it is what it is.
Y'all gonna get to another one. Try to get to the next one.
Oh yeah, we got one planned for I think June or July, something like that. We gonna get it in before the season is out.
When is the season? I mean, how long does it last?
It's a long ass season. I have no clue. I know it's long. I know it goes into football season. It's a long ass season.
Okay.
Anyway, all the way from the DMV, straight out of Fort Wash. Now, what's going on, Donnell? AKA Mr. Reasonable. we not at a JY. We not at a JY party. He's about to start roughing it off.
As my man Bug say, a Fort Wash.
Exactly. What's good with you, Donnell?
I'm good, man. You know, glad to be here again on another Tuesday. Ready to have some fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How the week treating y'all?
Just started, so
I never took a deep ass breath, so it must be a long ass week down there already. He was like,
treating me all right.
But let me ask this though. Let me take a quick moment to be serious. I know my man Black ain't on the show tonight. He may come in a little bit later. I don't know, but wherever he is, he's a part of the show. So shout out to my man Black, always handling business. So doing this
from
thing.
Birmingham.
Exactly. All the way from I learned there's certain stuff you don't say about Alabamans. They get offended. Stuff that we say back home, they get offended. Down there, exactly. But hey, so I always gotta ask this question at least once a season. How y'all doing for real? Y'all good? Like mentally, emotionally, physically, all that good stuff. Y'all wives ain't beating y'all up, nothing like that. Y'all good?
Stress.
For real talk.
Real talk.
Right. Stress. You care to talk about it? And the reason I asked, even if you don't, that's cool. But the reason I asked is because I always find it important to check on the fellas. A lot of people, they say check on your they always say check on your weak friends because you never know what they're going through. This, that, and the third. Well, check on your strong friends too because you never know what they're going through. Mm-hmm. And men are supposed to be are supposed to be the strongest. We supposed to hold up our families, provide for our kids. We got to maintain ourselves, this, that, and the third. But nobody really checks up on us. And especially with the month of May actually being Mental Health Awareness Month, I definitely find it's important to check up and see what's going on with the fellas. How y'all doing. Or if it's something y'all care to talk about on air, off air, whatever the case may be. We can definitely do that. Mike?
Yeah.
I think everything you just said, you kind of like nailed it, man. Work is stressful in itself, man. And what I've come to, like offices and stuff like that are opening back up. So like people are back on the road and traffic, gives me anxiety. And, workload seems to be nonstop. You know what I mean? And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I guess the easiest thing, just like any relationship, the easiest way to kind of get out of that situation is to just move on. But like, it always seems to follow you. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, a lot of people get that misconception. And they feel like, okay, I'm at this job and this job sucks, so I'm gonna go to another job. But like you just said, that same ignorance is at the other job, just in a different format in most cases. So you can't necessarily escape it. But what I was going to ask was, in your particular situation, how do you get over it? How do you get past it? Like, how do you get on to feeling better? Like, I
mean, it's just like life, right? Like, nothing lasts forever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's like when you're in hard times, it's like you got to go through it. You know what I mean? It just works itself out. But when you're drowning, it feels like there's no light at the end of the tunnel.
Right. And most people can't handle that feeling though. Most people can't handle that drowning or trying to keep themselves afloat feeling. And so
control.
People do stupid stuff.
When you don't have control, when you don't feel like you have control, most people kind of lose their balance and their bearings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's actually crazy because I was watching Law and Order the other day, and it was a girl, something that happened to her in Law and Order. She didn't get raped, nothing like that. It was SVU, but she didn't get raped. But SVU usually is about special victims unit, so it's usually about somebody sexually assaulted, something like that. Well, it was actually a teenager. She was in high school. No, it wasn't Law and Order. It was The Equalizer with Queen Latifah. That's what it was.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a minute.
That's a good show. That's a good show. It just had the finale. Season finale was Sunday. Bless you. Season finale was Sunday. And so anyway, so the girl was dating this dude. She broke up with him. She sent them a nude when they were together. And after they broke up, he was in his feelings. And so he sent the nude to the rest of the school as she was running for class president or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so that wound up jacking her up emotionally to the fact that she felt like she couldn't go on. She was like, everything I work for, I'm trying to go to school, I'm trying to do this, that, and the third. And every time I know that I'm going to do something in my life, I know somebody's going to bring up about, this picture situation. So in order to handle it, I'm going to handle it the best way I know how is to go ahead and take my life. Fortunately, she had a girlfriend who, a good girlfriend that, checked on her and was, basically, making sure that she was good, pepping her up, talking to her, this, that, and the third. So that way, and she literally called her right before she decided to jump off one of the buildings somewhere in New York. And basically talked her down and said, it ain't worth it. I'm here to support you. I got your back, this, that, and the third, so on and so forth. So, it's good, definitely, that's why I say I definitely got to ask at least once a season. I try to ask ask y'all, and I try to do it publicly, and I do it, privately as well. Cause like I said, it may not be a situation where people necessarily want to talk about something on air, but, I always try to ask y'all at least once a season, like, real talk, like how y'all doing for real. Like,
so just to let the fellas know, that COVID jacked me up a little bit, and I got blood clots in my lungs.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah. Damn, so it's one of the side effects or one of the things that happens. And they got me on blood thinners to try to clear it out. But so I go for my next CT scan in July after I've been on the blood thinners for 3 months. And they're going to check it again to see if the clots are gone. Or not.
And you had it twice, right? You had COVID twice or once?
No, once.
Okay.
But I had the shot, and then I had the booster. I had the vaccination and I had the booster, and I still got that shit. So keep it in mind, for all the vaxxers and non-vaxxers, vaccinations don't keep you from getting it. It just helps you from getting it worse.
Right. That's what I was getting ready to ask. When you got it, you wasn't like completely down and out though, right?
No, I wasn't. So it knocked me out for the duration, probably about 5 days. About 5 days. Okay. I was feeling really bad. Not real bad, but it's bad enough. Bad enough. Yeah. And so it was like a really bad cold. It was actually like I had strep throat because my throat was raw. But that cleared up. And then after that cleared up,
I can't look at Donnell's face, dog. I can't look at Donnell's face. Donnell does it every damn time, dog. Every damn time. Between the thoughts at the roof of the mouth.
I know. I'm batting 100 today. I'm batting 1,000 today. I need some RBIs and some home runs or something. But yeah. So I dealt with that, and then afterwards, I felt like and still feel like I can't catch full breath. Like I can't breathe in full and I can't breathe out fully. So I'm not catching my whole breath. And come to find out that I got blood clots in my lungs, and that's part.
So that's what I was gonna ask. So was it? I mean, we just taking the time out on the show to talk about this real talk, real live. Because I didn't know this. Talk. I don't know if Donnell knew this, but I didn't know none of this.
Real talk.
That's how you feeling. You was going through and whatnot. So so is that what made you go to the doctor? The fact that you couldn't,
right? That wasn't breathing regular. So that's why I went to the doctor, and I thought it was asthma, honestly, because I didn't think it had anything to do with COVID. And so I went to my asthma doctor, and he ran a bunch of tests, sent me to get some X-rays. Everything came back clear, and then he sent me to get a CT scan, and the CT scan showed the clots in my lungs.
Yeah, man, I'm really sorry to hear that. Real talk.
Yeah. I mean, it's bearable. I'm fine. I get tired walking around, the house. But other than that, I'm good. I just want to get rid of this shit so I can be back to my 100%.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's real talk. Definitely keeping you in prayer, man. Like I said, real talk. If it's a situation or something that I can definitely do, I'll definitely keep you out. Definitely keep you in prayer.
You can come take my trash out every Thursday night.
I just took mine out literally right before the show, because I always go out first thing in the morning, so I make sure I take ours out so I ain't got to be rushing in the morning to be taking out our trash. But that's why you got sons in the door. You got a big ass grown son in your house, probably two of them now.
He'll be home June 8th or somewhere around there, because he's on quarters.
It's
not semesters, it's quarters.
Gotcha. Well, you still got a grown ass son in the house, and if not, your daughter about as tall as you are, so she can take out the trash too.
Yeah, she is tall. So
yeah, she is. That's I've seen some pictures and I was like, God, no. But I do want to say this before we move on past this conversation, this topic. Yo, real talk. I just feel like it's not just the PSA, but it's actually real talk for the conversation. If you feel like you are having a mental health issue, or you need some mental health awareness about anything that you got going on, you can text MHA to 741-741, or you can call 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255 to reach a trained crisis counselor. They're available 24/7, 365. There's even a Spanish line if you speak Spanish, but definitely wanted to put that out there. Text MHA to 741-741 or call 1-800-273-TALK or 1-800-273-8255. Shit, I just spit. If you feel like you are having a mental health crisis in your life and you feel like you do need the help, real talk.
Hey, and I do want to put this out there too. Guys, we do fall under that machismo, and so fellas, if you don't feel like reaching out to your doctor first, and you don't feel like reaching out to the mental health line first, hit us up too. We're probably going to direct you that way, but at the same time, you can get your question answered by us non-professionals and help you to seek professional help.
And honestly, that's how I really kind of look at the show. And look at Man Cave in general. I know we had this conversation off air a lot of times, and I know Donnell mentioned it several times that Tuesday nights is his outlet. And that's why I asked, what's your outlet when you feeling stressed, when you feeling this, that, and the third? Like, what's your outlet? Yours might be Mike. Yours might be smoking cigars. Somebody else's might be going bowling or whatever the case may be. But there are healthy ways to take care of mental health. And my thing is, our parents' generation did not take care of their mental health. In my opinion, they did not. And so we have a lot of toxic, relationships between parents, a lot of toxic relationships or stuff that's been passed down to us as their kids that has not been taken care of. And I think it's up to us to make sure we start to set that precedence, not just for ourselves, but for our parents and for our kids and the next generation and so forth, to say, yo, if there's something truly going on with us, we can actually go ahead and get that taken care of by, going to seek therapy, talking to a friend, having an outlet, or whatever the case may be at the end of the day. So, I definitely just want to, extend that to, the fellas on this show. And like Mike said, for the fellas that's actually watching the show, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching it later on repeat, we here. Yeah. We got a whole Millionaire Man Cave group on Facebook. Y'all can throw your questions, your comments, your concerns, your whatever it is out there, and chop it up with the fellas that way. Or if you want to chop it up with us directly, it's usually 4 of us on the show, us, me, Black, Mike, Donnell, we on the show as well. Sending your questions, sending your comments, we'll definitely be able to go ahead and answer your questions directly. If it's something that, we feel like we can help you with, but in a real life situation, or in a situation we definitely, like Mike said, if it's a situation we feel like you need to get some sort of professional help, definitely going to be like, yo, hit up a professional, go seek a therapist. We might be able to tell you somebody in your area or whatever the case may be, and help you in that direction as well. So I just don't want people to, feel like they don't have an outlet or don't feel like, they can do anything or feel like they stuck at the end of the day because of stresses of work or stresses of, like Donnell said, driving to work or at home with your wife or your kids or your job or, it's a lot of stuff out there to be stressed out about, real talk. So yeah, it is what it is. Matter of fact, it was funny because I literally just came from a CBD store with my wife. And that was one of the things that we talked about when we was in there, how you deal with stress and anxiety. And of course, CBD, you can actually have CBD gummies or chocolates or flour or whatever the case is that actually helps with, people's anxiety as well at the same time. So it's just, it's a bunch of solutions out there or a bunch of things to help people, get past and get over, stuff at the end of the day. But like Donnell said, it's always going to be something one way or another. So it's just a matter of how you handle it. So pushing through to get to the other side. But you don't got to push through by your daggone self. Just know that.
And that's the point. You're not in it by yourself, man.
Yeah, you're not by yourself for sure. So if anybody need to call me, don't. No, I'm joking. Anybody need to call me. I am selective with answering my phone, but if you do need to call me, and honestly, truth be told, that's how I protect my mental health. Like, people gripe a lot and people vent a lot and people, you know, want to talk a lot. And sometimes I just be like, you know what? Especially if you talk about the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm like, yo, I got to protect my own mental health because, you know, sometimes that wears on a person and you be like, you know what? I can't answer the phone this time. Or I'm going to have to direct you elsewhere because I got to protect my own mental health, you know, and I don't want to walk around down, upset. I like to consider myself an optimistic person. You know, I like to look on the bright side of damn near everything.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't like when, you know, negativity comes at me 24/7, 365. I can deal with negativity. I can deal with people's issues. I'm a trained, you know, life coach. And I don't do it as often as I used to, but I still do it. So I still, you know, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, I gotta, you know, refresh myself every now and then as well too. So
yeah, we do. We all do, man. We all do. No matter what our field, no matter what our you know, social life is like, no matter what our downtime is like, we all need refreshers sometimes.
Exactly. And so leading into another completely different story. So did y'all, I mean, but similar, I mean, well, I don't want to say similar because I always hate when people use this reasoning or that reasoning for what actually happened. I know y'all saw about the situation with the mass shooting in Buffalo.
Yes.
And of course, y'all know the first thing they said, mental health. He got mental issues. We got to stop blaming that stuff on everything, though. Like, yeah, it's a mental issue. I think, you know, racism and all there's a mentality behind all of that. But to say that's the reasoning why people go out and do some stupid, ignorant stuff, like, you know, you feel like you got to shoot up, you know, an area dude said one of the reasons why he shot up the grocery store is because he didn't want black people to feel safe nowhere. Like, come on now.
So let me say this. We had one of the very few mass shooters in America that was a minority not too long ago. And I was waiting to see if they were going to jump out there and throw that mental issue, and they never did.
No, they don't.
They always throw it out there like the very next day when it's a majority person, a white person. But you know, they didn't say anything about that black man
at all. They never do. It's always he was a thug. He was, you know, drug dealer. They first thing they want to find out is, did he do drugs? Like, do you do that with everybody else? No. First thing you want to say is, oh, his mental health. He had mental health issues. His family come out, oh, y'all needed to help him because he had mental health issues. This, that, and the third. Yeah. So I mean,
not to disregard that. You know, mental illness is real, and it comes in a lot of different forms. But I just my thing is, they want to throw that out with other people, but when it came down to us, they didn't touch it.
My question is, when we gonna get past, like, you know, what can we do in general to get over this whole mass shooting thing? Because it's like, I mean, literally, I think the very next day there was something happening in Cali where Asian dude shut up a church.
Yeah,
like what's really going on in this society that, like, you know, people got to feel like they got to do something that extreme because they don't like somebody else. Like, if I don't like you, I don't deal with you. Plain and simple.
Right?
Plain and simple. If I don't like you, I don't deal with you.
I don't know, man. It's crazy out here. It really is. And I just pray that every time I go out, I'm not going to get caught up in a situation.
Right. What you about to say, Donna?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you've been taught, or you know, to turn the other cheek. I mean, but again, I think it goes back to, you know, white privilege. You know what I mean? It's the, you know, I'm entitled to my feelings, but not only am I entitled to my feelings, I'm going to act on it as well. And, you know, it's crazy that you know, they always, you know, bring out mental health. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's to undo the wrong or try to lessen the punishment, if you will. You know, but again, I that's white privilege. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's crazy because, you know, you got people who make, you know what I'm saying, like the what's my man name that was that you know had the knee on his neck that died. What's his name?
George
Floyd.
Floyd.
Yeah, George Floyd. But I don't know if y'all saw the arrest of the dude in Buffalo. Like, it was nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Like Ellen Ruth, the dude from South Carolina who shot up the church in South Carolina. Same thing. They took that man with a Burger King.
You know, I'm not surprised. I hate that, we are where we are in the 22nd century.
23rd century.
Is it still the 21st?
No, 23rd century.
It's the
Somebody
23rd.
Google it. Let us. Somebody Google it. Let us know.
Because whatever year you're in, it's the next century. Because the first century wasn't until the end of the first century. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm Googling it right now. We still in the 21st century.
We should be in the
21st century. Go ahead, Donnell. We still in the 21st century.
Damn, hold up. Century. 100.
You added
100.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't go to college.
Yeah. We are still in the 21st century.
Not 1 year. Not
exactly.
1 year.
Yeah, we 21st is 2100 till 2100.
Yeah.
Right.
So a century is 100 years, man.
Yeah.
It ain't every year. It don't change with the years.
Wow.
No, I mean that's it. You know, like I said, it just sucks. You know, shout out to the people that lost family members, and my prayers go up. It's just sad because
thing though. That's the you know what? Like, so it's not even all the time just them. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are the majority, but just the other night. So I'm watching the playoffs right now. Milwaukee was in the playoffs until they just got taken out by Boston. Yes, Mike, we're gonna acknowledge that Boston beat Milwaukee, and we all said that Boston didn't have a shit of a chance, but it is what it is.
When we did our pre-playoff picks, my pick was Boston.
But right after the game, when they lost to Boston in Milwaukee, they had a shooting that they shot up like 10 people, like they had the Deer District or whatever, where all the fans go. People can't pretty much get in the game, sit outside, and they got the big ass monitors and this, that, and the third, and they watch the game outside, so on and so forth. All right, so even then, I mean, I don't know if it was considered. I mean, I guess you could consider the mass shooting because they was in the middle of a crowd shooting people, and several people wound up getting hurt. But
that's a mass shooting.
It's stupidity. It's like to me, it's stupidity at the end of the day. Like it is a mental issue that some of these people are dealing with. I don't care if you black, white, Chinese, Puerto Rican, in between. Like, what makes you like if you have an issue with everybody else? And I hate to say this, but take yourself out, dog. Like, seriously, take yourself. Why you got to include me in what you're going through?
But Ty, he brings up a good point. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a sense that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like, you know what I'm saying? I guess for me, it's, living in the suburbs, especially like living in the suburbs, you know what I mean? Like, people don't really have like a sense of awareness, you know what I mean? Like, always be on radar, you know what I mean? Like, where I work at, I work in St. Mary's County, you know what I mean? Like, I can't stand being down there, you know what I mean? In a sense that, I feel like people stare at me, you know what I mean? Like, I might be in the office, I might be the only brown person in the office, and they don't speak. And in my mind, I'm like, do you want to take me out? I mean, like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But even like, a simple trip to the grocery store or go to the movies or, you know what I'm saying? Just a family outing. It's almost like you just never know, like something could just pop off. I mean, hell, when we was in Vegas, I mean, we didn't know.
I mean, but that, you know what I'm
saying? Just a few months ago, prior, there was a mass shooting in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And we was in that big ass crowd. It was a big crowd coming out of the stadium. And so had somebody, like you said, just sitting at the top of the, one of them hotels or from a distance on a bridge or something like that, and decided they wanted to be ignorant and just do something stupid, they could have.
Yeah, so you're not safe at concerts. You're not safe at grocery stores. You're not safe at movie theaters. You're not safe at school. Like,
so what do we do?
Your best bet is to stay home.
Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up, man. My thing is, if you believe in God, stay prayed up, and make sure that you are on your P's and Q's as a Christian. If you're not a Christian, if you're not whatever, just stay aware, number one, and two, you just have to do what you do. Because you can't stop living.
Yeah, you can't live in fear.
You can't stop. You can't stop living. Because in real talk, when the sniper was in DC,
yeah.
Dude, I was scared to go out because that dude was shooting random people any daggone where. And
gas station, Home Depot, shoppers.
Yeah, gas stations, wherever. At a school. The dude, and I was scared to go out, but I couldn't stop going out at the same time. I just had to be aware of my surroundings, know my escape routes, know my hiding spaces, and just stay prayed up. That was me.
It's crazy because I always teach my kids that, and I teach even when I first got married, the second time, I told my wife, she was like, "Why you always like sitting? You don't never sitting with your back to the door, because I always gotta be aware of what's going on around me at all times." And so, and it's funny because I always have to sit and where I can see, like Mike said, the escape route. I can see the door. I can, whatever the case is. Because trust me, like I said earlier, especially with a man, we're not specifically just looking out for ourselves. We're looking out for our family. We're looking out for our loved ones, this, that, and the third. And so the only time I will ever sit with my back to the door is if one of my kids, like, I lie to you not, I actually felt proud as hell when my son said this. My daughter said it too one time. And we were sitting down, and I was like, "Yo, that's my seat. You can't sit there." He was like, "No, I'm good. I got your back." Out the blue, he was like, "I got your back," to let me know I'm watching to make sure ain't nothing about to happen behind you. Cool beans. I trust you.
That's
you say that to me, okay, cool beans. I'm good.
That's what's up.
Because he knew exactly why I sit the way I sit.
Yeah.
And my daughter said the same thing one time. One time she sat on the other side. She was like, "Don't worry about it. I'm watching." Cool beans. So long as you watching and if something getting ready to go down, to let all of us know. And what to do, how to do it, and how quick to do it, then we good to good. We good. We good money. We good money. Cool. And I appreciate that. So yeah, because you can't live in fear all your life.
You can't.
Because then you be stuck. You can, but then you just be stuck like Chuck the rest, the rest of your life.
Well, I'm not sure about North Carolina, but I know Maryland is allowing people to do like concealed carry.
Yeah, we got concealed. I renew mine next week.
Amen.
I renew my concealed next week.
I don't really, because I am a gun owner. I will say that I am a gun owner. And look,
try it if you want to.
Try it if you want to. I'll pluck you off from 40 yards, 4,000 yards. I am a gun owner. But I say that to say, I'm not saying be a hero, but if something pop off, you prepared.
Exactly.
It's almost like bringing that number 2 pencil, that sharper number 2 pencil to a test.
Yeah. Be prepared at all times. I learned that in Boy Scouts. Be prepared. Hey, let's prepare to get in these commercials right quick so we can go on to Mike smoking before he finishes his cigar.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demeter Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demeter Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
do that there. I see you talking, so we gon' take it there. And yeah, talking cheap, so don't do that there. My click 100 deep.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode of Millionaire M.A.N right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. Make sure if y'all have not already subscribed to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel, y'all go ahead and do that right now. Hit up Relationship Entertainment Television and y'all subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. Then hit the little bell so that way you get alerted each and every time a brand new episode of Millionaire M.A.N comes on RETV each and every Tuesday, 8 p.m. right here. As well as share with your family and your friends if you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Share with y'all family, share with y'all friends. Support an independently black-owned network. And again, I say independently black-owned network. Means we ain't funded by some big corporation. We funded by commercials and people who donate. So if you want to donate, make sure y'all can go ahead and donate to RETV, info@re-tv.net if you want to donate via PayPal. But you can also donate your time by just downloading the RETV Roku app and watching RETV. That's how you can support our Relationship Entertainment Television. Go ahead and download the RETV Roku app on your Roku. Add channel. Type in RETV. Click the little button to add the channel, and then make sure y'all rate the channel. Let us know what you think about the channel. Let us know what you think about the show, not just Millionaire M.A.N, but all the shows. You saw a commercial of a couple of them that actually came on just a minute ago. So make sure y'all just let us know. Give us your feedback. We want to know what's going on. What you thinking about RETV? And then last but not least, y'all saw the commercial there for the website. Check out the website re-tv.net, re-tv.net for all your good relationship entertainment television, RETV commercials, shows, merchandise, all that good stuff. Matter of fact, I know Mike was pointing out now. I'm actually wearing one of the newer RETV shirts.
So what is that? What is that? EIE. What is that?
It stands for entertain, inspire, and educate. That is actually the motto of Relationship Entertainment Television. Entertain, inspire, and to educate. That is what Relationship Entertainment sets out to do. They look out to entertain you, they want to inspire you, and they also want to educate you. We were just talking about some inspirational, educational stuff just a moment ago about mental health awareness. I don't know why I can't say that to save my life, but mental health awareness. We were just talking about that a minute ago, and just checking up on the fellas. But in the meantime, in between time, Mike, go ahead and tell us what you're smoking on tonight, man.
Yes, sir. So tonight I went out and got a new cigar. Went to my spot, and this one is, let me see if I can get it up here. Herrera Esteli. What? What, man? I said cigar. I try to keep it right.
Don't worry. I can't. Donnell be killing me, man. It's Donnell's fault. It's Donnell. I don't be. It's the. Mike, tell him what you're smoking on. Go ahead. You was getting it up there.
Herrera Esteli by Drew Estates, Miami. So this one was rolled or was manufactured in Miami, and I asked basically about another cigar. That's why I'm always looking out for new cigars, and that fit my palate, I guess you could say. I like medium cigars, full cigars. I like to know that I'm smoking. I don't like to just smoke air. And they suggested this one, and it's been nice so far. I like it. It's hit me a little bit, just in the right area, like I'm feeling a little, tingly. Yes, shut up. I don't know if it's the cigar or if it's what I'm drinking, but I'm feeling nice. So I'll go there. I'll say that. Man, tonight is not my night.
At all. Between getting sauce in the mouth and getting it up.
We're not bringing that back up.
My bad.
Hey, I'm gonna give Mike word to the wise. Stay your black ass home today. don't leave the house.
Yeah,
at all, dog.
My selection of words is not working. But that's what I'm smoking.
Hey, yeah, don't just
Lord
stay
have
home.
mercy.
Donnell said,
Lord
stay home,
have
stay home.
mercy.
Hey, so okay, so we were talking earlier. So you said you only been smoking for the past what 4 years?
4 years.
Okay, and it was all because you went to Aruba and Donnell influenced you to start smoking.
Yeah, peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Oh,
Exactly.
no. Seriously though, I smoked a cigar. The one that I had, I didn't necessarily like, so I wanted to try something different, and that's what started me on this trip. And so I've been trying out a lot of different cigars, and I tried different ones pretty much every week, every 2 weeks. I do have a few that are my regulars that I try to keep in my humidor, in my stash, but I tried a lot of different ones.
Gotcha. I guess I'm gonna have to eventually. I'm gonna have to, I guess, get into trying a cigar. I just never had to. I've always seen, like, especially now lately, I see a lot of people smoking them. Never been really interested into them like that. But it seems like damn near every dude that I know smokes cigars. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's just interesting.
Well, you just have to try it out sometime. Hit me up. We'll head out to my spot and check out a few.
Yeah, because it's a couple of black
one. I ain't gonna say check out a few, but I only smoke like one a day, if that. I know a lot of cats that smoke multiple cigars a day, but I'm not that far.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, because I was about to say something. I had to catch myself there for a second. But yeah, I know there's a couple of different black-owned cigar shops, specifically here in the Charlotte area. I don't know about wherever y'all are. If y'all got some black-owned cigar shops, make sure y'all put them in the chat. We never know. We may be in our town. We can hit up black-owned cigar shop. Give them some pub and actually do a show at a cigar shop one time. Mike actually did. You did one. I don't know if was it black-owned, the one you went to in Orlando.
It wasn't black-owned.
Okay.
But it was a very popular spot that a lot of the NBA players went to.
You seen a few when you was down there?
No,
but
like,
ain't no pictures, then it ain't happened.
When I went there on Sunday to check it out, they told me I just missed Dennis Rodman. But and they said that I guess the area that it is, a lot of the NBA stars live like in close proximity.
So you wasn't in one of the touristy areas then?
No. Well, I mean, it was still Orlando, Kissimmee or whatever. I mean,
dog, I've been to Kissimmee.
The whole
Kissimmee
area is touristy.
Nah, I've been in an area in Kissimmee, and I was like, "Yo, where am I?" It had nothing to do with a mouse, or there might have been some mice or some rats, but it damn sure wasn't Mickey. I can tell you that much now. It's areas. Exactly.
What kind of rat?
The rats, yeah. Exactly. That's the other Disney, the rats.
Exactly. All Orlando and Kissimmee damn sure ain't touristy. I can tell you that for a fact.
No, but it was like it wasn't on the strip. It wasn't like right there around the theme parks. It was probably about 20 minutes away.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool beans. Sitting there watching the game. I just saw, speaking of Orlando, they got the number one pick in the draft for next year.
They did.
Yeah.
What score?
It's 7-0. It just started.
Oh, okay.
It literally just started. Yeah, it just started. They just got the number one pick. They just did the lottery pick for the NBA for the draft. So, and Orlando got the number one pick this year. I really wasn't paying that much attention to who got the other picks, but I just saw Orlando got the number one pick. But I always say, man, I ain't really. And Boston's up, just to FYI. Yes, Boston's up. I didn't realize Boston was the number 2 and Miami was the number 1 seed from the East. Yeah. So
everybody was sleeping on Boston because they started the season rough.
I wasn't even. Well, first of all, I'm not even a big NBA fan like that no more because they don't play. In my personal opinion, they don't play until right after the All-Star break when they preparing for the playoffs and trying to make the playoffs. And I can't stand that.
Same here. I don't start watching until football's over.
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna play. Like I want to see a good game. I don't want to go to a game and the star that I want to see he's sitting out because he don't feel like playing tonight. Like that's whack. You can't do that in football. You can't do that in a couple other sports. If you're gonna play, you're gonna play. So it is what it is. But it's interesting. To see. Like I said, I was going for Milwaukee, not just because my wife is from Milwaukee, but I was going for Milwaukee. But it is what it is. They got taken out, and I think had they had Chris Middleton playing, I think it'd have been a different outcome of that series. Personally, I think if Middleton was playing, it'd have been a completely different outcome.
I agree.
But down there, what you got for me tonight?
I just wish I was the coach of the Celtics, so I could be near Long Hood. No, I'm joking.
That's who he is for real.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I did not know that either. Wow.
See, something new. Just like, okay, so before we get to word to the wise, Donnell, just like the other night, you were telling us, you texted us, and you was like, did we know that Jack Kent Cook used to be the former owner of the Lakers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was watching the Winning Time joint on HBO. Is that where you got that from?
Yes.
Yes, I did not know. That's when I was watching it, and I was like, "Oh, this must have been what Donnell was talking about." And he was an asshole in that series.
Yeah, yes, he was.
Yes, and it's crazy because being from the DC area, I never known for like that wasn't the perception that you got from him. Like he was just a cool ass old dude, you know, who owned the Redskins at the time. But
he was a really good owner. He was a really good owner of the Washington team versus the current ownership.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. But it's crazy because if you watch that series, that wasn't the perception that you got from him being out in LA. He was a decent owner, but apparently he was a crappy husband. He didn't want to draft Magic Johnson. He was, he had some questionable decisions, and people just didn't like him out in LA. So yeah, that was I had no clue that he was a former owner of the Lakers until Donnell said it. And then when I watched the series, I was like, oh, okay, this is where he got that from.
Magic Johnson was a wild boy.
Man, dog. I want to check out his others. He got another like it's not a documentary, but it's like another series he got that's supposed to be on Apple Plus, something like that. I want to peep that one too.
Okay.
I'm hoping. I don't know if they're gonna do. Are they gonna do a season 2 for Winning Time? Did you know of?
I don't know. I don't think it's a limited series, so they may come out with another one.
That would be dope if they do. That would be dope if they do. But in the meantime, Donnell, word to the wise. What you got, bro?
Ladies, word to the wise. Listen here. Wintertime is officially over. We're getting 80-degree weather out here. And I'm sure it's nice, down there in Charlotte and everywhere else. Listen, if your deodorant bar got hair after you took that swipe, hey, shave your armpits, man.
Wait. Is that a thing for real?
Winter is over.
Is that a thing for real?
Well, women not shaving their armpits.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's women out here that don't.
I thought that was like an overseas thing.
No.
I'm serious. I thought that was like growing up. You always hear French people don't use deodorant. They don't shave their underarms, stuff like that. And I'm not racist. I ain't not. I'm just saying that's what I heard growing up. That's what it was. So I never really known that women don't shave their underarms like that. I know they don't shave their legs during the wintertime, but I ain't know they ain't shaving their underarms.
You might want to look at your wife deodorant sticks.
And if she watching this show, Donnell said that. Mr. Reasonable said that. Make sure you check with him.
I mean, I'm just saying. You can't have on no summer dress or a sundress on, and you looking like I don't know,
buckwheat under your arms.
Yeah,
that's not.
No, there's a lot of American women, black women too, that don't like to shave.
They say they don't like them ingrowns.
Yeah,
is that what it is for real?
I mean, I don't know if that's the excuse for everybody, but yeah, there are a lot.
I'm just stuck. I'm stuck with that. I'm stuck.
See, me personally, I don't mind that if they have it. That doesn't turn me off, but the smell, if they're not using deodorant, that can turn me off.
So it's not a turn off that you see a bush under a woman's arm.
Nah, not really.
Okay. I don't teach his own. Go ahead, Donnell.
I'm not that guy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen it and I'll be like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that says sexy about that. To me, anyway.
To me either. That's to me either. I mean, like when you Yeah, me either. I don't know. I'm stuck with that one. I'm still stuck with that one.
So what about hair on the legs? Are you like I'd never mind hair on legs.
I'm not a big fan of that either.
Really?
I'm not a fan of it, but it don't bother me.
I don't care how you smooth it. You know what I'm saying? Especially the ones that got like the hair, it's like
curled up.
Yeah,
and it's I be like, come on, man.
But so, see, and I guess legs don't bother me as much because some people can't help being hairy. Like, you ever seen a woman with a hairy arm?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, but then you realize she can't help the fact that she got a whole bush on her arms. But
hey, have you ever seen a woman who had hairy arms? I mean, who didn't have hairy arms, that didn't have like a hairy sideburn?
Ashanti sideburns.
Yeah, real talk.
I know a lot of dudes that turned off of Ashanti because she had those big hairy sideburns. Oh, you won.
For real?
Wow.
Even Ashanti, really?
Yeah, Ashanti
despite the fact of how she look.
She bad.
Hey, look, man, if we got to use the same trimmers, we ain't rocking.
You don't want her coming to you talk about trim me up.
Mm-mm.
Or she using your razor. Or using your razor, because there are women who use men's razors.
Hey, how come women don't have to get a shape up?
Hey,
because that baby hair pumping. They like that baby hair, even though it ain't really baby hair.
Laying. Nah, that ain't damn.
But nah, like real talk. Like if I let my hair grow, I look weird without a shape up. But why women? You know what I'm saying? Like some women can have like a just naturally. Like they don't have to have like a shape.
Now, I guess they consider it a masculine thing. There are women who do.
It is a masculine thing because being a barber, I was a barber at Fort Washington Barber for a few years, and when I cut women's hair, I did not shape up the front with a hard shape up. I would like skirt around just to keep it from being too, hairy, but I wouldn't put a fixed line on a woman.
I'm wrong. Some women like it. Some women, I know a chick, and she's actually a hair model, and that's pretty much what she does. She lets her barber pretty much, go ahead and cut it low. He put designs and colors and stuff in her hair, and that's how she rock it. She rock it all shaped up, nice. I mean, and it look, it's a nice cut. Certain people can rock it, some people can't. I don't know.
And see, I think you hit the point. Some people can rock it, and some people can't. So, Donnell probably look at the women that can't rock it. and they just like,
Pretty much. Hey, I don't know.
Everything is not for everybody.
Exactly. To each his own. Hey, before we get into question of the week right quick, y'all, if y'all have any questions y'all want to send them in, make sure y'all sending y'all questions to info@re-tv.net. info@re-tv.net. Your questions, your concerns, your comments, your gripes, all that good stuff. Send them in. We always, as the man Black always says, we don't answer you. We answer your question. So send in your questions, send in your video questions, ladies, gentlemen, so forth and so on. Send in your questions. We're gonna get into the question of the week right quick, right after we get into these couple commercials. But if you actually are a Millionaire Man Cave men, send in your questions, ladies, send in your questions, and so we can go ahead and get them in answered right here on air. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's your girl, Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Right here on RETV every Thursday Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.
Tune in to Millionaire M.A.N, only on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
Yes,
Only on Relationship Television.
Make sure y'all tune in right here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. I was about to do the whole deep voice like Mike just did just a minute ago, but I ain't gonna do that. Yeah, make sure y'all tune in right here, Millionaire Man Cave. It is that time of the night, y'all, when we get into question of the week. Each and every Tuesday, we answer your questions. Make sure y'all send them in. If you got a question you want us to answer right here on air, live on air. If you actually want to be on Millionaire Man Cave, send in your questions, send your comments. We'll actually get you on air right here. Send it to info@re-tv.net, info@re-tv.net, and we will get your question in for the infamous question of the week. Y'all, this is a long ass question, so I'm gonna see how much we're gonna get through. We may not even get through this whole damn question because it is long. I don't mind y'all sending in y'all questions, but god dog, this is a long ass question. All right, here we go. My wife and I are on the outs. Why everybody who seem to be on the out? Anyway, my wife and I are on the outs. The last situation was I lost a couple of grand gambling, over 3,000 to be exact. Damn, he lost a couple of grand. Yeah, I see why y'all on the outs. I did tell my wife I was going to pay the rent with some of it, and I didn't. God dog, dude. You batting 0-400 right now. I lost it. I lost it, as I said. I didn't tell her I lost it till we was getting in the car with another couple heading to dinner. After dinner, we went to bed. The next day, I woke up and asked her for $60. She said she didn't have it, which I knew she did. I just sent her 1,000. She went on to explain the things she needed to do and why she didn't have it. Shit, like the kids' tuition, $300. Kids' tuition, $300 doctor visits, etc. Last month, she did explain to me that she sent me over $600 in a 3-week span while I was on the road. She said she was just trying to give me a heads up on my spending. I say she was being controlling. I told her I would send her the money back to put in her account. So, of course, I'm agitated because she told me no for $60. Basically, I had lost my money, but was saying it was because she had things to do and I shouldn't be so irresponsible. This is I'm about halfway through. I'm packing my what? Okay, I'm telling her I'm packing my shit when I get home and leaving when I get home. And I did. My problem is she is controlling and I'm fed up with it. We did have a conversation about how much I gamble and we would agree on $500. Well, I lost it. Why cry over spilled milk? She keeps saying she isn't. She keeps saying she isn't as much as about. Okay, she keeps saying, because I'm trying to make sense of y'all's daggone statements here. She's pretty much saying, yeah, that it's not about it's more so about the agreement of the money. I feel like she's trying to control everything in capital letters. Granted, I've lost thousands at the casino several times. Several times we've talked about it, and I said that I would do better. I've had a couple run-ins with females in my inbox. She says it's an open door for something. I think it's controlling. She's always has something to say about something. If I loan out $1,000, I'm sorry, and don't tell her about it, it's a problem. It's mine. What's the problem? If I say I'm going to do something for the kids, her kids, I guess he's trying to save them and his kids because he literally put her kids. It's a problem. She says I spend money I haven't made. She used the example of when I told our daughter I would give her $1,500 back in August to use for a car for school. I haven't been able to give it. She's trying to control that. We trying to buy a house and me get my own. All that small shit, but big shit, whatever that means. As long as I get it done and we're not sleeping under a bridge, she shouldn't have shit to say. I'm going to handle my business. Am I wrong? Any thoughts? Bruh, that was a long ass question for starters.
Dude, I need to write shit down.
Short question, long story. Go ahead, Mike.
So hit that one question.
So his actual question is, am I wrong? Any thoughts? His actual question. So he's gonna handle his business anyway, how you put it. Go ahead.
So my man's living in G's. He's constantly saying he's spending and losing thousands. And so obviously he hasn't. One, he if he's comfortable saying that.
No, Mike, you missed the whole first half of the paragraph. This was rent money.
No bull. First of all, if you're spending and losing G's, you don't need to be renting anything. You need to buy something. But aside from that, Donnell said no. Aside from that, my thing is he wrong? I feel like I don't feel like she's controlling. I don't know the situation, so I don't know everything she's trying to control. But
he just wrote a book. How you not know the situation?
But just from what he said, I don't feel like she's controlling. I feel like she's upset that he's losing all this daggone money. So yeah. So that's what I feel. So he's losing all this money and he's not paying. Well, one time, because we can only go off this one time. He couldn't pay the full rent minus $60. She's upset that he's gambling. That's my thing, and I feel like, yeah, you need to get your gambling in check. You need to shorten that window that you use for gambling, and get that in check. But because your responsibilities come first,
right?
Period. Your responsibilities come first. You shouldn't have to go to her for $60 when you just lost a couple of thousand. Right? Exactly. So, that's my thing. Is he wrong? I can't really say he's wrong, but I feel like she does have a point in the sense that he's losing a lot of damn money that he doesn't have to lose. So, everybody has their vices. Everybody has their things that they like. But if you're losing a lot of money that could be used for responsibility, you need to check that.
Donnell?
Is he wrong? Hell yeah, he wrong. Mike, I come with a different perspective. I don't think that she's mad that he gambles. It's the
irresponsibility.
It's the irresponsibility of it. You know what I'm saying? Like if as in any relationship, if the talk was, his budget is, $500 that he can gamble, then he has to do it within that $500. But that's not, what I'm saying? So, every woman wants to feel safe in a marriage, and I'm sure like a roof over the head is one of them. Right,
including rent.
You just gambled away $3,000, and now you come asking me for money. Like, what's the safety net? Because now I heard like kids are involved. Like, don't nobody want their kids to be sleeping in a shelter or on the street,
right?
Like, be responsible. Like, for him, all I heard was him complain about her and how she's handling the situation. But he didn't take any accountability for, what he's doing, and how that may affect his family.
Yes,
exactly.
I agree.
So, bruh, are you wrong? Like, heck yeah, man. Like, man up. You know what I'm saying? And again, everybody got their advice. If $500 is your limit for the week, for the month, or whatever the case may be, like, stay within that. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like, over time, you know, things are getting better, like, you know, gradually increase it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
But that's my question. How you go from 500 to 3,000, dog?
Well,
Literally,
he said,
how you go-
if I'm not mistaken, he said that they just agreed on the 500, or he just went down to 500.
Whatever
It wasn't 500 before.
He said we did have a conversation about how much I gamble, and we agreed on it. 500.
Yeah.
I lost it. Why cry over spilled milk? Ninja, because you lost it. That's why we crying over spilled milk. Like that. Like that's like, all right. So real talk. Not even trying to be funny. So I'm a gambler. I don't gamble like that. Like I don't know what I've never lost $3,000. I'll say that. I'll probably never lost $3,000 in all of the gambling I've ever done. Period. But so I like to sit down at the roulette table and put a little, whatever. But prior to me learning how to gamble and so forth, I was big in just getting the latest and the greatest technology all the time, right? And I had to have the newest phone. I wanted the cameras. I wanted all that good stuff, the computers, laptops, TVs, everything, all that stuff. And I was real selfish with it. This is just me personally, because I felt like I can do it. I knew I could do it. I knew that my job allowed me to do it. And so when I got married the first time, I still continue to do it. Well, when I got married, I married into a family with a child. So I had, a bonus child, a bonus son at that time. And then on top of that, my ex-wife and I, we had, another son that was on the way. So we had another son. So we had 2 kids in the house. And I was continually Best Buy's best damn customer, because I was in Best Buy all the time buying shit that I knew that I probably shouldn't have been buying. And it literally took for like my wife to sit next to me and sit me down and go, look, you can't continue to do what you're doing because of the fact that you now have a family. You're not on your own you're not on your own no more. You're not single no more. You're not just looking out for either just me and yourself. You're looking out for me, yourself, and now our kids. And if you now out here spending money frivolously like you ain't got no other cares in the world, that puts all of us in a bad spot. And so like Donnell said, I'm looking at this dude like, dude, ain't nobody ever sat you down, or you ain't never thought about the fact that, like you said, you got a whole family, a wife and the kids, and you over here losing rent money, dog? Like
rent money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Y'all said for 3,000, y'all need to, they need to buy something. Like, nah, the maturity level is not there.
That's what I'm
saying. Like, it don't even sound like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even in order to buy a house, you know what I'm saying? You got to have money in a savings account.
Yeah.
And if you gambling 3,000 away at a pop, like, come on, man. Like,
how are you getting mad at her? You specifically say in your email or in your letter or whatever you want to call it. Again, people sending your information when you're sending your questions a week. But in your question, you specifically say in your question that y'all are trying to buy a house. You also said you promised you would give your daughter $1,500 for a car back in August. Now, mind you, we almost in August, so obviously this must have been last August, and she still ain't got this damn car. But you was trying to get your daughter a car, $1,500 back in August. She never got that. You said your kids got tuition. You said that your wife got doctor bills. You said all of these things that you mentioned in your own daggone email or your own daggone question are more important than you going to the damn casino and gambling away $3,000, dog.
That's my point.
How are you not thinking about that?
That's my point. You can't gamble responsibility. You have to take care of your responsibility first and then gamble with your excess. If you lose your excess, that's you. That's how you deal with it. But you got to take care of your responsibility first.
And so your issue that you seem to say is you feel like she's controlling. If she doesn't take control of the situation, who's going to do it?
Who will?
Who's going to do it? If she don't sit there and say somebody got to be responsible with the money or be responsible with the finances, then dog, y'all really are going to be in a situation where you can be sleeping under a bridge. And then you're going to sit there and want to blame her because she want to get her hair and her nails done, or for being controlling or something like that.
I'm about to say, his question should be, or not even a question, like his mindset should be, he should just be thankful she ain't left him yet. I mean, that's real talk to you, brother.
Real talk.
Yeah, because there's a lot of women who will leave you for a lot less.
Who are not dealing with that.
And you said you got women in your inbox.
Yeah, what was that all about? What was that all about?
He threw it in there like, yeah. He was like, wait.
I got options.
Right. He threw it in there like, I had a couple run-ins with females in my inbox. She says it's an open door for something. I think it's controlling. No, Ninja,
you in a relationship.
I'm about to say, hey, you ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe. She might not tell you. Don't be naive. They in her inbox too.
Right.
Facts. Especially if you out there jacking off a whole check, bruh. Like Donnell said earlier, I think it was earlier. You were saying women like to feel secure, and financial security is definitely one of them. If she don't feel secure or don't feel like you doing something, all right. So everybody not on the same level. Everybody can't just come home and bring home $1,000 check, $3,000 check, $4,000 check, whatever your monthly income may be, or your weekly or bi-weekly income may be. So as long as you're doing something to contribute to the household, doing something to make her feel secure or make her feel like, she good at the end of the day, she probably good. But if she see you out there jacking off $3,000 in the daggone casino, oh no, she ain't feeling secure, dog.
No,
she ain't feeling secure at all. She probably is looking to entertain somebody else very soon. Very soon. You about to have she about to have somebody else calling her y'all's kids daddy.
You got your gambling coming to me for $60. Now, granted, $60 ain't got nothing on 1,000, which you are freely giving and loaning and giving out and gambling with. $60 ain't got nothing on that, but it has a lot to do with that security. You shouldn't be $60 short on your responsibilities when you're gambling and you giving away thousands.
Yeah, that's so. Where did that come in at too? Like, I'm confused. How you just giving away $1,000? All right, you already gave $3,000 to the damn casino, and now you're giving another $1,000. You just want to give it here and there to friends, this, that, and the third, just because you don't have. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, he got G's. He got G's. He got G's.
But since you brought it up, dog, you got something. You got something. How you just giving it away, dog?
Right. Without taking care of your responsibilities first. That's my thing. Like I said, gamble with your excess. You play with your excess. You don't gamble and play with your money for rent and your money that you're supposed to be giving to the kids and stuff. You don't play with that.
Nope. So I was taught this. Because like I said, I like to gamble a little bit. I like to play a little roulette or the big wheel, this, that, and the third. I ain't a big card player, but I play. But I was always taught, you got your budget. Your budget is $500. If you lose all $500 at one swoop or whatever the case is, then you go home.
That's
at the end
it.
of the day. But if you happen to win, stick your winnings in one pocket and don't touch their winnings. Your $500 is what you play with. If you continue to play with that $500, continue to play with that $500. Stick your winnings in your pocket, and that way you can at least say you can go home with at least, hopefully, what you walked in there with in the first place. And then when you lose it, when you completely go through that $500, then you go home. That's how I was always taught. If you're gonna gamble. Or like Mike said, don't gamble with the money that you got to do responsible stuff with. Same with investments. I was introduced to investments.
Same thing.
So I was introduced to investments about 10, 11, 12 years ago. I hate to say that because I really wish I was taught that earlier in life, how to invest in investments and portfolios and stocks and all that other good stuff. But I introduced that about 10, 15 years ago. And I don't invest stuff. I don't invest money in which I know I can't afford to lose.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want to gamble with something, gamble with some investments. That something that really put some money in your pocket or could put some money in your pocket.
Because obviously you suck as a gambler. Whatever your game is, bruh, you suck. Find the new game, dog. Maybe you do need to address the chicks in your inbox and become a pimp or something. Because obviously gambling is not your forte.
Pimping ain't easy. Pimping ain't easy.
You can't be a broke pimp now.
Hey,
no.
maybe he got a better handle on that than losing money, dog.
Like people don't understand. Pimping ain't got nothing to do with the women. Pimping got to do with money. That's their avenue. And pimps that I knew or that I've come across, it was all about money.
Yeah. I guess at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, because at the end of that's what it is. That's what they out there. That's what they sending their women out there to do. Get their money.
Right. Make
you best to come
money.
back with my money, honey.
Make the money.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. So to answer your question, I think we all got a pretty much consensus to answer your long ass question. I mean, honestly, you had a short question, but a long ass description. Because I mean, you really went through it. You said me and my wife are on the outs. No wonder y'all are on the outs. And then you talking about your situation is over $3,000, and you saying like that's a small thing. If that's such a small thing, what is the bigger picture to you? What is the bigger picture to you?
Good question. Good question.
What is the bigger? What is your check? And again, I ain't trying to be in your pockets like that, but you asked the question. You gave the money about situation about 3,000 here, 1,000 here, 300 for the kids' tuition or doctor's visits and tuition.
1,500 he giving out to friends.
You giving out money to the friends and another $600 that you jacked off again over 3 weeks. Like again, like what is the bigger picture to you if 3,000 is a small picture to you? And that's your rent. What means something to you at the end of the day? Because honestly, it may sound like you got a problem that may need to be addressed as well.
Gambling's anonymous.
You got a problem that may need to be addressed. Like, you know, if you find like that's not the bigger picture to you, your family, your kids, the roof over your head, I'm pretty sure y'all got to have food, clothes, everything else in between. And if that's not the bigger picture for you, dog, you gambling your rent money away. I don't know what to say. Yes, yeah. I'm in full agreement with Mr. Reasonable and Millionaire Mike. Are you wrong? Yes, you wrong. And we gave you our thoughts about why you were wrong, and we are on your wife's side. Yes.
Yeah.
So
I don't feel like, and she may be controlling a lot of different areas. We don't know that. You know, so, you know that may be where he's coming with the controlling thing. But in the scenario that he gave and the information that he gave, that ain't controlling, dog.
I don't know. That's just I don't know. That's what I take from it. So, any last words to this dude?
Nope.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
There it is.
Something because that's I don't know. All right,
better keep your inbox popping.
Because you're gonna be needing a new woman like real quick. Real quick. Well, y'all know what time it is. My man Black is not actually on the show tonight. He has to take care of some business, but we still got Man Code, and we actually going to address Man Code in regards to what we talked about earlier. Mental. Damn it, I can't say it.
Mental awareness.
Mental health awareness.
Yeah, mental health.
I keep wanting to say mental awareness health. Mental health awareness. Man Code has to do with mental health awareness. Fellas, let's let our egos and our pride aside. We got to check up on ourselves, check up on your fellas. We got to put all that BS aside when it comes to I'm a man, I can handle it, I'm good, this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, make sure y'all, if there's something truly going on, get that shit checked out, dog. Get that shit checked out. Talk to somebody. Have your outlet. Talk to your wife. Talk to your spouse, your girlfriend, one of your boys. Go kick it kick it in the man cave. Like Mike said earlier, if you need to actually put it in, the one of the man cave groups we got on Millionaire Man Cave group on Facebook, send your questions to info@RE-TV. Don't sit there and suffer in silence, fellas. Seriously, not just fellas, men, women, kids alone. Don't suffer in silence, y'all. If y'all feel like y'all have something going on, don't suffer, yo. Really go get real help. I gave the information earlier. If you really need help, you can text the letters MHA, Mental Health Awareness, that I can't seem to get right, to 741-741. MHA to 741-741, or call 1-800-273-TALK, and that's 1-800-273-8255. Fellas, if y'all really, real talk, we joke, we laugh, we play, we give a lot of good advice, but in this situation, real talk, mental health awareness is the man code for the night. Fellas, ladies, kids, whoever's watching this show, if y'all got stuff going on, don't suffer in silence, y'all. Don't suffer in silence. Y'all go get the help that you need. Talk to a friend, talk to a therapist. put the ego, put the pride, put all that stuff aside, because we want to see you here with us, fellas. We want to see you here with us at the end of the day. Your family, somebody's depending on you. Somebody's depending on you at the end of the day. So go get help where help is needed.
And I will say this. I will say this. That's man code, definitely stamped and approved. I will say this: men and a lot of women too, but men have this thing of toughing their way through things, you know. And so when something happens, whether it's physically or mentally, we and myself is included, we just kind of try to tough our way through it. But some things need to be checked out. Some things need to be worked on. And you know, my mom. Let me say this: my mom tried to tough her way through some things and ended up in the hospital recently. You know, because she felt like she could, you know, just wait it out and get through it. So, you know, toughing your way through things is maybe a starting point, but when you see it's affecting you, or if you have somebody else telling you it's affecting you, you need to get shit checked out.
Yeah. Put the BS aside, man. It's not worth it at the end of the day. It's not worth it at the end of the day. You know,
it gets worse.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
Exactly. It gets worse. And you don't want to, you don't want to get it when it's too late. And like I said earlier today, you know, I really feel like, you know, our parents' generation did not deal with mental health awareness the way that they should have. And so they passed down a lot of that toxicity stuff. And, you know, now we feel like Mike said, you know, men try to tough through it and feel like, oh man, I ain't the bitch. I ain't about to go get, you know, about to go talk to nobody, man. I'm good. Man, leave all that BS aside, man. That's that. I don't care. You know, you claim to be a thug. You ain't that thuggish, dog. you that thuggish that you do that thuggish that you gonna do something stupid like, you know, mass shooting, take your own life, hurt your family, hurt your kids, hurt your wife because you refuse to get help. That makes you a bitch. That makes you stupid rather than you know you actually gonna go get the help. So man, fellas, go get the help. Get the help.
Agreed.
Go get the help. That's
man code.
That's man code for me tonight. I know black usually got something, but that's man code for me tonight. Fellas, go get the help for mental health awareness, fellas. That's what it is.
Stamped and approved.
Stamped. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate y'all for tuning in each and every Tuesday right here, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Millionaire Man Cave on Relationship Entertainment Television. Y'all know what it is. Download the Roku app. Go ahead and hit up Relationship Entertainment Television on YouTube, Facebook family, Instagram, Twitter, all of the places in between. Y'all make sure y'all share it. Catch us next time. Same place, same time. And in the meantime, in between time, we out, fellas. We out.